From Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in beautiful Lake Worth, Texas. Welcome in, everyone, to the Grandpa and Pappy Show. It's the only show that you can send your comments in and have them featured right here, because that's what the show's all about, Pappy.
By God, you can even do it naked or clothed.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
I know.
We have an interesting topic today. If you had the power, how would you stop all the rioting going on? But, Pappy, new developments up in Atlanta.
Oh, boy.
A guy named Rashard Brooks was shot and killed by police officers.
Yeah.
The mayor of Atlanta is wanting to file murder charges against the officer, but if you look at the video,
Which I have.
our brother that went down was drunk in his car with the motor running. They stopped.
Passed out in the drive-thru.
Yep. And they got him out of the car and was very nice to him, very cordial to him. Then he started getting belligerent, and then he punched the cop.
Well, they gave him a sobriety test first, and then he punched the cop.
Shot one of the officers with a taser and headed out and was pointing it at somebody else when they were shot. What does that tell you? I mean,
Well,
you know, folks, this has got to stop. It's got to stop.
yeah.
Quit harassing police officers trying to do their job. If you don't act stupid, nothing's going to happen. Trust me, nothing's going to happen.
Well, they had a reason to confront the guy.
Yeah,
The store owners of the place in the drive-thru called in on him.
yeah, that's true.
He's holding up our line or something. So,
Or something.
or something.
Holy mackerel! But it's just it's got to stop, folks.
Something
I mean,
needs to change.
you're either that or we got to start buying more ammunition, because that's what it's going to come down to.
Well, I guess it's wanting the officer to shoot him with a rubber bullet. I mean,
Yeah.
if I was a cop and he pulled a taser on me and fired at me, I'd have shot him twice.
Well, there you go.
Second time for just because you're a dumbass. It's ludicrous, is what it is.
You know, what can you say? I mean, plain conversation
Yeah.
and checking all the social media over the weekend. I mean, it's really it's getting stupid. Quit making it against making it black versus white.
Yeah. Stop making law against the law. I mean, what the hell?
Well, I posted a comment on something someone said, and I was just telling them that it seems that African Americans believe that white people don't understand what they go through. And maybe you're right. We don't. What we don't understand is when you're out rioting and looting and stuff like that, even killing in some of the instances, you lose us.
Well,
I mean, we're behind you as far as your right to protest peacefully and getting your point across, but when it comes to the tearing up and things like that, it's not going to happen.
Well, it's not right, and I know for a fact that it's not a black-white issue to the looters so much as it is the rioters, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's true.
Because there have been African American folks' business looted and robbed, and
That's true.
so
And that's the sad part about it.
Explain that to me.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stop the black on black crime,
Well,
and you got to do it quickly.
well, and I also understand this first-handed. I mean, the way I was raised, if something's not right, if you're doing something and not achieving the results that you want, change it.
Yeah.
How bad do you want it, boy? Is what Dad used to tell me.
Yeah.
And that, that's trickled all the way down to my boys, and that's exactly what they did. They're all doing exactly what they feel they're qualified to do. They're following their dream. So I said, my own suggestion is, if you still feel oppressed, some 200-300 years later, change it. That's what everybody else has to do. And I don't mean by burning businesses and shooting
But you know, a lot of that change, Pappy, has got to come from them.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How bad do you want it? I mean, you know, we both have friends that are black.
Yeah. Love them to death.
And, I mean, they're hardworking just like us. I mean,
Yes,
if
they
you
are.
want it bad enough, go out and earn it.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing, you know. They hadn't asked me to lick the damn shoes yet. I'd be a dead friend if they did.
I heard that. Well, today's topic, if you had the power, how would you stop the riots? We got quite a few comments on
Yes,
this one,
we
so
did.
let's get right to it because this program is based on what your opinions and views are on the subject of the day, and I think perhaps maybe we're the only podcast that offers that to viewers.
Yeah.
Tina Rakes said she thinks unity is the only solution. If we as a people can't unite together, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Violence only brings on more violence and death of the innocent.
That's a good point.
It is a good point.
Violence begets violence.
You know, our viewers have some of the most interesting insights on the way they think.
You guys rock. You do.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, George Pendergrass said to just go in and do what you have to do and arrest them. Remember, no one is above the law.
He is correct
which
on that one.
Therein lies a problem, too, because it's getting to the point to where pretty soon the law will just turn a deaf ear to you.
That is correct. Justin Baker said the craziness going on up in Seattle just goes to show you that if you cave in to these demands, nothing gets done. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine business owners in that 6-block area that can't operate now? Nobody in their right mind will go inside those barricades to grab a meal or something. I guess it's all right for those businesses to close for good, right? Yeah. I guess no one in Seattle has enough love of their city to do something about it.
A 6-block area.
Gee.
But it doesn't matter because they're not a part of the United States anymore.
And what's the first thing they did? They put up a wall.
Don't hear anybody bitching about that.
Nobody's bitching about that.
It works for me to keep your butt inside your own fence and everything will be fine. Chris Schomburg said just give them all good paying jobs. Well,
Chris, he wouldn't show up for them.
That's right. You should run for the Oval Office, bud.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Roy F.S. Varela said to change the penalty for rioting to life in prison. Well, I think that's a little...
They just let them out in 6 weeks.
Yeah, especially with coronavirus. And you know, that was interesting about the gentleman that was shot up in Atlanta over the weekend. Mm-hmm. He was in prison. They let him out because of the coronavirus.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Now that I didn't know.
I didn't know it until I read it.
They built him up. He's an outstanding citizen, pillar of the community, 3 kids, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and it didn't take long for the family to get a lawyer either. That's truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Rita Morgan said blacks don't like animals, whites chase squirrels, and Hispanics hate spiders. So, animals and insects ought to do it.
Just turn them loose in there.
Chunk of spider on them. That'd get me to haul butt. I know that.
I don't know.
I'd beat myself to death.
Yeah, you and me both. James Crawford said if he had the power, he would turn loose the National Guard, restore peace to that area, arrest everyone involved, put them in a holding area, and give them time with a shrink. Then they can complain all they want and make their wishes known. That's kind of logical. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of logical.
It is. And I have a feeling that's what's about to happen.
What's that old song? Here's a quarter, call someone who cares.
Yeah. I think President Trump's probably going to get involved in this some point.
Yeah, he's about to the boiling point.
Yeah, he's going to declare something that nobody likes, and then they're all going to come down. And
well, he can't go to the bathroom without getting some kind of bad publicity.
Ain't it so? I see here, Shaniqua Campbell said being African American gives her a different perspective on things, I guess. But this rioting and looting has got to stop. Just put up a barricade around them. No one comes in or out, no food, water brought in, and cut all utilities. After a while, they will come out peacefully and no one gets hurt. Then have the compassion to listen to what they have to say. We are all Americans, no matter what our skin color is. She says that's the reason to come together.
Now, that's a very logical, sensible,
very profound, Shaniqua.
Opinion.
Yeah, thank you for sending it
Shaniqua, thank you very much.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does. It makes a great amount of sense. V. Allen Johnson says he can stop this very easily. Just take about a dozen cases of Budweiser and that many cases of Courvoisier into them. I guess that's a wine or something.
Courvoisier.
I've never seen that. I used his spelling. I'd never heard of it. Courvoisier? Sierra?
I've never seen this word.
Never said I was a walking dictionary.
And our picking buddy, Brian Emerton, says, tell them to stop, shake hands, and hug each other. And tell them to get to know each other, then talk it out.
That'd be nice.
In a perfect world, that's the way it should be, Brian.
That's true.
Yeah, thanks for sending that in, bro.
John Underwood said focused EMP.
Yeah.
And here again, I'm at a loss.
Imp.
John, I don't know what the EMP is. I'm sorry. Maybe you do out there, viewers.
Yeah, blast us a message and fill us in here. This is something new. I thought we were up on all that stuff. I'm just now learning what LOL means. So.
Yeah.
Al Davis said just to shoot the riders on sight. That'd be one way of dealing with them, I guess.
Yeah, but then look out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Look out.
That's where it's headed.
Jessica Estrella says she is in favor of peaceful protest, but riots should be stopped by throwing tear gas, arrest them, and charge them with criminal acts.
Yeah.
Huh? There you go.
Well, and by law, that's what should be going on.
That's true.
Brett Coleman said he would send in the military, especially the Chaz.
That's got me. Oh, the Chaz. I think that's a section down in Seattle that they call it.
That's what they're calling
it. It's a
it.
new nation.
Yeah.
Oh,
they've claimed it a nation.
Oh, they've claimed it a nation.
Yeah,
that's correct.
They've denounced America. You can't do that.
So no funding.
Yeah, cut it all off. Yeah.
That's the best they can come up with for a name.
But they're changing the name to something else, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, okay. Stephen James said to simply lock up the people who's funding them.
That would probably put a stop to it.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to do when Soros finally kicks a bucket? No fart. Barry Sims said to shut them off. No food, no water, no electricity, nothing in, nothing out. If they're still holding out after supplies run out, time to send the big boys in and end it, hopefully by just arresting them.
Okay.
No one wants a bloodbath, but they become violent. Law enforcement has the right to protect themselves as well. So that's true.
But the problem is that you can shut all that off, the city, the food, the whole 9 yards, but people are bringing it into them.
That's what
they're
saying,
donating
shut
it all.
Off.
But people are bringing in. Your Hollywood stars are donating millions of dollars to anybody that's rioting and been thrown in jail.
But what they're saying is make a blockade. No one goes in, no one comes out.
Right, but somehow the food's getting there. I've seen pictures on the news.
Well, we'll find out, I guess.
Well, wasn't it L.A. made the threat that if you're not going to get tested for the coronavirus, we're going to cut off all your power and your food supply and water and all that good stuff? This was just recently. So.
That'll be the day.
But yet they're wondering what the hell to do about their new name. They're probably eating that up out there. So I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe I'm old. I don't know.
And then there's the humorous side. Crawford Young would summon his alien friends and have them abducted.
By God. Take them to another planet.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Tell you what, have them abduct me.
Yeah.
Instead. Wild Bill Coleman asks, is there really any solution to the situation? There is no cure for stupidity that I know of. Peaceful rallies are okay in my book, but taking over police stations, city halls, and businesses is taking it over the top. Those who are violent, destructive, and have no sense of responsibility should face maximum punishment, and their families should be held responsible for paying any damages that we cause by their family. It has to stop.
Well, there's a interesting,
Very profound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks for sending that in, Wild Bill.
interesting observation. Yeah, peaceful rallies are okay in his book.
Well, I don't have a problem with peaceful rallies.
I
but
don't either.
last peaceful rally that I thought about getting on my old Triumph Bonneville and attending was Kent State. Thank God I didn't have enough money for gas to get up there. Saw what that peaceful rally brought. Yeah.
Oh, well. Can
4
you
dead
say-
in Ohio.
Yes. Yeah. R.C. Mendenhall said to gather them all up, but put them in a transport plane and ship them to the Middle East. If they can't act like responsible Americans, we don't want them.
That deserves a big old by God right there. Yeah, take them somewhere to where.
If only.
Yeah, if only.
Yeah.
Yeah, take
I
them.
seen this. I saw this picture this past weekend. It was on Facebook of this Antifa member, female, who had a cake made about, and it said something about support socialism, and in the middle of it, it had the Russian hammer and sickle.
Yeah,
Send her to Russia.
yeah.
We don't want them. Hey, if you're not for America, we don't want you out of here.
Love
I
it or
mean,
leave it.
Come
you know?
on.
It's
You can't go anywhere in the world today that gives you the opportunity that the United States of America offers you. There's no country in the world that you can go to and make it if you want to make it. That's the key that Pappy touched on just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
You gotta want it. You gotta want to change to get those dreams.
I mean, a lot of the immigrants that came over for that exact reason, that's what they did. They made a decision, came over here and worked their butts off, and good for you. I mean, if you're legalized, you're an American, I have no problem with that.
Absolutely, we welcome you with open arms on that.
Yeah, loan me $1.
Thank you.
You know, but speaking of Antifa, I saw a post this morning on Facebook. Of course, it's on Facebook that Antifa claims they're going to shut down the Sturgis bike rally. And I told my buddy, I said, I want to buy a front row ticket for this one.
Hey, I'll get out on the corner and raise money for that. I mean, I would love to see that.
That ought to be interesting.
Yeah, and Antifa sent out a challenge to Hell's Angels and some other
Mongrels.
the Mongrels Motorcycle Club.
Yeah.
That they're coming for them. So a bunch of them are getting together and heading to Seattle.
You know, and our buddy Jerry Blum, who is affiliated with American Steel here locally, we were talking about this Saturday at the field office. He said, you know, it ought to be interesting because the Mongrels and the Hells Angels, there's no love lost between these two groups.
Right.
But he said, and if you let just those two groups merge, he said, look out. He said it's going to go a lot further than Chaz. You know?
We understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said you throw in the Banditos and they all merge and become one. Look out, world. I mean, that'll be some powerful stuff. That'll be a law enforcement agency that you don't want to screw with.
Gives me a chill. Just think about that.
Yeah, it could get spooky, all that. Angus Riley said he has heard all of this stuff. Angus Riley said he has heard that all of this stuff has been caused by old white men that refuse to change to the protesters' way of thinking.
I've heard that too, actually.
I can kind of relate to that. He said, let me tell you something, by God. I'm 74 years old and I ain't changing for anyone. I'm proud of the way I was raised, and I was taught manners, respect for others, respect for police, and respect for people who own a business. They got out and worked their asses off to achieve their dream. Nope, I wouldn't change, but maybe you should. If your parents would have taught you those same values no matter what color of your skin, we wouldn't be having these problems today. And he says, "That's my take."
By God, it's a good one.
Yeah, good way of looking at it, Angus. I can respect that.
And that was an African American politician that said last week that the only way that they're going to get things done and changed is when the old white people die. Now, okay,
Seems like it's been
I'm going to
working
die
fine.
one of these days, but I'm not changing my values or love for this
Morals
country.
or anything else. I mean,
And I'm telling you, I've taught every one of my kids the same lessons.
that's right.
And my son is a chip off the old block. He and the old man think very, very much alike.
Let us pray.
Like him. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno. You stop and think about it. I mean, and whoever sent that in, you'll be old one day and you'll be looking back on it going, "Oh hell." But maybe by then your dream will come true and you won't have to worry about being old because they might exterminate you. How about that?
Yeah, yeah.
And this is also a
Very
person
possible.
that probably goes, "Well, I would be willing to go stand in line for that because I don't want to get old." Well, I didn't either, but I didn't want to live to see 60. But
Cacapasa.
when I when I turned 59, all of a sudden 60 didn't look so damn bad. You know what I mean? so yeah.
I keep telling myself that too.
Might want to rethink your statement because you'll wake up tomorrow and you'll be as old as we are, and it'll be a different story completely.
Interesting comments.
Yeah.
Interesting comments, everybody. Thank you
oh,
very much for sending those in. I love to read your opinions.
Yeah.
I did change some wording a little bit on a couple of them.
Damn, I hate when that happens.
Just to get it cleaned up a little bit. But
Well, I mean,
they're
yeah.
passionate. That's the thing we love about our viewers. When you send in these comments, you're passionate about what you're saying.
That's right.
And that's the beauty
Well, it comes from
of
the
what
heart.
this program
Yeah,
is.
it comes from the heart, you know. I mean, and that's just like we've always said. That's the premises of what we built this show on.
Correct.
Tell us how you feel, you know.
You know, good or bad. I mean, if you think we're not reading the bad things, we've read some bad comments and a few that were directed at us,
Yeah,
you know, for our opinions. But we read them
we do.
and we make sure that your voice, your name and your voice is heard because we respect that. But we've said it many times, Pappy. We reserve the right to come back with our own opinion.
Well, I mean, we're just as big a part of the show as you guys are, you know. So, whatever it is, lay it on us. We can take it.
Yep. Well, that's interesting. One of the topics that I wanted to talk to you about today, Pappy, and our viewers too, it seems like that now over the weekend, our wonderful media has decided to come back and start covering the COVID-19 virus.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying there's another wave that's going to hit and all this stuff like this.
Oh, it's here already. That's what they're saying.
Well, come on. When is this going to end? I mean, my God. If you don't want to get out, it's just real simple, folks. If you don't want to get out, don't get out.
Stay your ass at home. If you're
Otherwise,
afraid, you know.
get out, enjoy your life. You've only got one,
Yeah,
and you've got everybody telling you how to live it.
yeah.
Now stop it. Stop it. They're not going to tell me. I mean, we've been having little gatherings amongst our friends on Saturdays
Every Saturday.
for the last 3 months.
Sunday, Saturday.
None of us is killed over.
Well, and I mean, and I get out and about. I go to Walmart. I don't wear a mask. I do practice safe distancing because you never know. I mean, normally I'll do that anyway. If somebody's wearing a mask, I stay the hell away from them.
Just depends on whether they had their bath that morning.
Yeah. But I mean, follow your heart. If you feel uncomfortable being around other people, well, chances are you don't have a social life anyway. So what the hell? Mm-hmm. I mean, stay home. If you have to get out, pull a mask up over yourself. If you're sick, feverish, cough and hacking and all that good stuff, just like the flu, you know. I mean,
That's just common sense.
it's not all about you. It's also about the people that are around you, you know. So,
What do they tell you when you're sick? No matter if you got a cold or anything, stay home, get well,
Yeah.
get it all over with. Just our thoughts, folks.
Pretty simple.
Let's take a look at some of the viewer comments we got concerning some of our past shows.
Alrighty.
Pam Trailer said she enjoyed our show with Thomas Gabriel. She said she was curious when she saw that he was Johnny Cash's grandson and watched the show. I have become a fan of his now. Wow. He sounds just like his grandfather.
He does. And he
Thanks,
can't,
Pam.
he couldn't change his voice if he tried.
Man.
I mean, the
Guy's wonderful.
very powerful. And I'm not sure where you're at, Pam. If you're in the state of Texas, be looking for a Texas tour coming up here pretty soon. He and the band will be hitting the road, and
I saw over the weekend where they've been practicing,
they have
the band.
Yeah, I think they went up to Derek, who's their lead guitarist house. Got
Yeah.
a little house at the base of a mountain somewhere in Tennessee. Cute little place, man.
Wow.
Nice place.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of picking and grinning friends go with them and all that. Kind of thing
I would have loved to have been there, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, would like to have been a fly on the wall for that one. John C. said defunding the police department would be the biggest mistake ever by a city. No officers, no law enforcement. No law enforcement, no law. Let that sink in.
John? Profound. I like it.
Very true statement.
Nadine Main said we should get back to censoring some of our social media and TV and movies, for that matter. I can't find anything to watch these days that doesn't have killings, vulgar language, homosexuals, and mixed marriages. Isn't there a good place to watch decent shows anymore? I heard even Hallmark is going to have same-sex couples featured in their presentations this fall. My God, we're all doomed.
They've got cartoons coming out with the same theme, same sex.
Yeah, and they're wanting to...
Finally lived up to their name, Looney Tunes.
That would be Disney.
Yeah.
They're
Disney's
wanting
on that
to
one.
censor anything that has to do with police officers. The Paw Patrol? Come on.
Oh, hell, they've already canceled that. Yeah.
You won't take my shotgun. Yeah.
Did you see that post? Elmer said, "Screw you! I got a new gun." He's holding an AR-15. You go, Elmer. Bugs is going to get it now.
Yep.
Laura McCarty Preble said, "If it's freedom of speech, then why is everything everybody shares taken down?"
Good question.
That was a question I've asked as soon as I'm released from Facebook jail. You know, why can't we just all get along?
Jordy Smucker said the interview with Thomas Gabriel was badass.
I agree, brother. I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Yep.
What a great guy he is, too. Just a cool guy.
He is.
Kathy Pilati Wilson said that our show on Memorial Day was great. She said, "Love you guys, and what an awesome tribute to our heroes."
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. It was our not only our privilege, but our extreme pleasure to do so.
Yeah, it was an honor for us to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's been a good show today.
It has.
If you, as we tell you every time, have a comment, a question, something on your mind, there's an easy way to get in touch with us. Go to our email address, which is grandpaandpappy@gmail.com.
Well, if that doesn't work for you, try going directly to our website, our show website, which is www.grandpa and the letter N, grandpaandpappy.com. And while you're there, you can push what color is that big red button?
The red one, like it's over my shoulder right here.
Just like that one.
Very easy. Just click on it. They ask you to put in your own private password, and you're signed up. That's all it takes.
While you're there, you can leave a comment.
Yeah,
thumbs up, thumbs
absolutely.
down. Or whatever. I mean, whether it's a good comment, bad comment, or suggestions for the show, we will take them all.
Say, coming up Friday, we have a special Father's Day show. We have been getting in pictures, but if you want to make sure your dad is included in that show, be sure to send it to grandpaandpappy@gmail.com. Give us his picture, his name, and anything you'd like to say about your dad, and we'll try to get it on there for you. Remember, there's only 37 can be featured on the show.
We've still got a little bit of room over there, Special K. on that 37?
Yeah, we got a few. We got a few left. Yeah.
Okay,
we sure
well,
do.
send them in because they will. They'll be cut off. I mean, we can possibly add your comments to the show, but if you want a picture of your sweet pops, send it on in.
Yes, sir. And it should be a lot of fun. Coming up Wednesday, we may tackle this. I don't know. There's a lot of you out there that are real hesitant to comment on this. Does your company allow freedom of speech from you? I know that one of our good friends that I talked to that kind of mentioned this for a subject, he said, please don't use my name.
Yeah.
Now, if that's your case, and you don't want to comment or give us your opinion on that, that's fine. I mean,
Simply
we'll go to
sign it
another one.
John or Jane Doe.
Yeah.
We'll respect your privacy for sure.
It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, it's been a
Pappy,
hoot.
good show, brother.
Yeah, another one in the bucket.
In the bucket. Yes, sir. And we'll see
drop in
you
the
again on our Wednesday show. But
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
until then, everybody be safe. Let's use our common sense in the riots.
Yeah.
Take care.
God
God bless.
Take care of one another. Know we love you. Okay.
Absolutely.
Till next time.
See you soon. Bye-bye.